Hi, it's Charlie McCann from Stan James, welcoming you to a preview of the big race of the weekend, the Tingle Creek. Just a quick reflection on last weekend. Denman back to his brilliant best, and I think he'll win a second Gold Cup next March on soft ground, but what is the likelihood of that? March the 19th is the date of the Gold Cup, probably a week later than is the norm, and that may go against Denman in favour, of course, of his great stablemate Porto Star will be after his third Gold Cup. Let's hope they get there in one piece. Also reflections on Newcastle. Go Native, tremendous performance. I thought Sublimity and Go Native travelled supremely well, but Binocular, what a big disappointment that was. I thought he'd win that. I thought he'd win the Christmas hurdle at Kempton on Boxing Day, and I thought he'd come into the champion hurdle undefeated this term. I didn't think he'll win the champion hurdle. I think we now know that he won't win the champion hurdle. I don't know why he's still 5-1. Joint favourite to fall with, co-favourite to fall with ourselves. Very surprised with that. I think back to the drawing board for Team Matt Manus with that. But Saturday's big race, and a fascinating race. We've got Big Zeb is the 30-8 favourite with ourselves at Stan James. More of him later. Twist Magic 7-2 from 4-1. That's the big first money for that this morning. I can't have it. Halton Gold Cup ran really well, a big drifter on the day, but really well under his big weight. But I remember at Kempton over last Christmas, when he almost didn't want to come out onto the track, and he was well beaten by Feep Shuffle, Feep Shuffle and Petit Robin. 25-1 for Saturday's big race. I was also disappointed with Petit Robin on that occasion. Twist Magic, he loves Sandown, has won a race previously. I'd be disappointed in the race almost if he was good enough. Well Chief as well, there's a 4-1 shot, length and a half. Forget the Masterminded form, take Masterminded out of that Connor Chase at Cheltenham, forget that. He didn't give his runnings, he was out to the right, and obviously we now know that hopefully it's just a rib injury. But to beat Mahogany Blaze and New Mill, that is not Champion Chase form, and this in effect is a Champion Chase, and I don't think Well Chief, I just got the impression as well that maybe he's not as good as he was, and let's hope we see a good performance from Well Chief. I'd be very, very surprised if he were good enough to win the Tingle Creek. For Paddy the Plaster, 8-1 ground, ran really well I thought on his reappearance. I'm speaking to the couch, Mark Winstanley early today, he disagreed with me, he said he ran poorly. I thought 2.5 miles on soft ground, I think 2 miles good ground, lovely jumper of a fence, looking forward to seeing him run. Don't think he'll win, however. Barker 10-1, 15 lengths he beat for Paddy Plaster last year at Punchestown, spring rather, at Punchestown. Much improved since he went to Willie, but again the ground may be the key to that one. Crackaway Jack 16-1, I think more likely to run in the Henry VIII Novices, and that'll be a great race as well with Summersby. A big fan of Summersby. I'd love to see Summersby and Crackaway Jack in opposition. Also Petit Robin 16-1. That's been put up by a tipping line recently in the betting without Mastermind. I don't think he's good enough. Tidal Bay 20s. I think he probably does need further now. I think maybe it was this race 12 months ago that I think we first found out that maybe Tidal Bay needed a bit further. So back to the favourite, Big Zeb. Geraghty has ridden the horse 7 times. He's won 4 occasions. He has finished second on 3 occasions. I love this horse. I think Big Zeb really is. I think he should have beaten Masterminded at Punchestown. Love to have seen him stand up as well in the Champion Chase earlier this year. I thought he was going as well, and maybe as Masterminded. I think this is big. I think Geraghty is the key to this horse, and he was given a wonderful reappearance. He only beat Watson Lake by half a length or whatever, but he could have been much value for this. I've been in love with this horse since he picked up Tyne Again in the Swordstown about 12 months ago, maybe a bit longer, in the ill-fated Tyne Again, Liam Burke's horse. I remember didn't think any novice could do what Big Zeb did to Tyne Again on that occasion. I followed him subsequently, and I think not only will he win the Champion Chase in March, I think he'll win the Tingle Creek on Saturday. 3 grade 1s as well. Tomorrow we've got Dunguib, the wonderful bumper horse Dunguib winner. We've also got, he's in opposition with some President Sweepsell. I think they need further in time. We've also got Pandorama versus Jared versus What You Think as well, and Hatton's Grace Ain't Me Tough versus Catch Me. Wonderful racing, but the big race is on Saturday. 13-8 with Stan James, Big Zeb. I think he'll probably drift out. I think we may see more opposition for some of them, but I think Big Zeb will win, and I expect to see a champion in the making. Be lucky.